Welcome to Silicon Valley, Rishi. Could you quickly tell us what is the common points that you see between Silicon Valley and Bangalore?
Well, clearly Silicon Valley and Bangalore have some similarities in the sense that they are both important technology hubs. But I think there are some important differences as well. One important difference, of course, is simply on the nature of the work that goes on in both places. Silicon Valley has been the place where a lot of new technologies have taken birth. These have found their way into a lot of new products. Whereas Bangalore has really been the home of technology-driven services. The mindset involved in services is a little different from the mindset in products. Therefore, there are some basic differences in the way these are organized in both Silicon Valley and Bangalore. The second important difference is the kind of collaboration and networking you see. I think in Silicon Valley you see a lot more fluidity, a lot more mobility of ideas, a lot more startups being created and things moving across organizational boundaries. But maybe in Bangalore you see things happening much more within silos, within companies. And that's another major difference that I see between Silicon Valley and Bangalore. The third major difference I see is on collaboration between academia and industry. In Silicon Valley, of course, we know that the whole region has been famous for a lot of very creative partnerships that have led to a lot of great technologies being developed. But in Bangalore, we see much more work happening within industry itself rather than through a collaborative process with the university or academic system. And a lot of that is because of the kind of work that goes on in Bangalore, as also because of the way the universities and institutions work there. They tend to be much more focused on basic research and not on the kind of applications that would be of interest to industry.
What is it about Bangalore that has made it a tech and startup hub in India?
I see a couple of things that have really made it a tech and startup hub in India. The first thing is simply the availability of qualified people. What's happened over time is that Bangalore has become the one place in India where you find people with a whole range of technological abilities. This makes a big difference because almost irrespective of the technology you're looking for, Bangalore is the one place where you will find people with diverse technological skills. This has become so important that even if you're a startup and you're based in some other part of India, if you need those real tech skills, you're forced to move to Bangalore. For example, there's a company called Fusion Charts, which is in the visualization software area, which was very successful in Calcutta, but then found its growth constrained because it couldn't find the right people and finally had to move to Bangalore. So essentially, what we are seeing is that this whole agglomeration effect, the fact that Bangalore, thanks first to the Indian industry, then later thanks to the multinational setting up R&D centers, has become the hub for the biggest diverse set of tech skills in India, and therefore has become the natural hunting ground, irrespective of whether you're an MNC R&D center or whether you're a startup.
So what are the challenges that Bangalore is facing because of its sudden growth as a tech hub?
Well, Bangalore clearly, and this is obvious to anyone who visits the city, has grown far too fast for the civic facilities and infrastructure that's available in the city. So the city has been in a perpetual catch-up mode almost since 1990, where there's been a continuous influx of people and companies, but the city is simply not able to keep pace. And you can see that reflected in the traffic, you can see that reflected in the pollution, you can see that reflected in road rage and simply the inefficiencies which are beginning to creep into the city because of this huge influx of people.